The evolution of sporophyte in bryophyte is mainly explained by two theories. And what those two theories are? First one is the theory of progressive evolution. Theory of progressive evolution. Another one is retrogressive theory of evolution. Now, this theory of the word progressive, in the sense the organs are going to progress one by one, leading to formation of an entire sporophyte. Retrogressive is complete opposite to progress, in the sense organs are going to degenerate or they are going to lose the organs. So first theory, theory of progressive evolution, was proposed by Bauer in 1908, and it was supported by Cavers, Campbell and Smith. Whereas a retrogressive theory of evolution was proposed by Kashyap in 1990, supported by Church, Gobel and Ivan. If you can't remember the supporters, if you remember only like a main person, Bauer and Kashyap, it is more than enough. So, what is the principle behind these two theories? These two theories are based on, or they run on, the presence of the sterile tissue and its amount, that is quantity or percentage of the sterile tissue. Now, difference between sterile and fertile is, sterile are not going to produce any kind of spores. Such tissue are nothing but the sterile tissue. They will be like acting as a supportive structures during the formation of the spores, in the sense either they will be engaged in the preparation of food, or they will be involved in a dispersal of the seeds once the seed are mature, or they will be the lid kind of a structure which will open in order to release of the spores. Likewise their function will be, or they will be in the form of a columella, which is nothing but is going to act as a mechanical strength or a support. So the function of the sterile tissue will be like not involved in the production of the spores. So the first theory, it is based on, both the theories are based on the presence of and the amount of that sterile tissue in different sporophyte. Now the first theory explains evolution from simple to complex. So first theory of progressive evolution by Bauer, it explains evolution begin from the simple bryophyte to the complex bryophyte. Here he took the example of Rixia as a simple one, and the complex one will be Funaria or Polytrichum. Rixia had a simple sporophyte, so the evolution led to formation of an advanced sporophyte which is present in Funaria. So simple sporophyte is present in Rixia, whereas the complex one or the advanced one is present in the Funaria. Whereas a complete opposite to this theory is a retrogressive theory, where theory runs from complex to simple. That is, here Funaria is a primitive plant, where Funaria is going to lose the organs and it lead to formation of a simple plant having a simple sporophyte, and it will be Rixia. So Rixia is the most advanced one here. Why? Because Rixia is formed after losing n number of organs and leading to formation of a simple sporophyte. So the complex sporophyte starts losing organ to form a simple one. This is what retrogressive theory is indicating. So first theory of progressive evolution has been divided into different stages, say about some 9 stages. Stage 1, it is going to give us an example of Rixia, which is the most simple form. Stage 2 will be for Corsinia. Third will be for Sphaerocarpus. Fourth is for Torgonia. Fifth will be Mercantia. Sixth is Palea or Porella. Seventh one will be Anthoceros. Eighth will be Sphagnum. Ninth will be Polytrichum or Funaria. So the series say Rixia is the simplest one, whereas the Funaria is the most advanced or complex one, having a complex sporophyte. From Rixia to Palea, these are commonly called as liver rods, whereas Anthoceros is horn rod. Sphagnum, Polytrichum or Funaria, they are usually the mosses. Now we'll be checking the sporophyte of all these different 9 examples of bryophytes. Thank you.